2.4 cylinder. The rear side steps. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ito pwede pa pang pamilya eh. Ito sports talaga eh. Guys, naalala niyo yung sinabi natin na sana makadrive tayo ng 2022 BRZ? Andiyan na siya. We made it! So today we're gonna be reviewing the 2022 Subaru BRZ. So it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you for the support na this is possible. Kahit na I'm just talking and if you're still watching, what the frick are you doing with your life? So here she is, the brand new 2022 Subaru BRZ. So I've noticed you guys prefer the driving part over the walk around. So speedrun tayo. So hindi na tayo walk around. Run around na tayo. So let's only look at my favorite bits. Kung may na-miss ako, marami naman iba nag-review ng 2022 Subaru BRZ. So panoorin niyo lang sila. Let's go! So yeah, the front fascia, smiley boy. Headlight washers, 18s, Michelin Pilot Sport 4. And the rear is also super cute. As cute as the front. Ayan. So this is the F824. 2.4 cylinder. So this is the engine. It's a 2.4 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine. It has 228 horsepower and 250 Newton meters of torque. So heads up guys, this is the automatic. So ayan. So this is an aluminum hood. It's lightweight and this is how you close it. Nice, fail. So PSA lang. So I learned this from our sports car titos. So aluminum hoods tend to dent faster, so it's good to avoid pushing down on the latch. So you know, just let gravity do its thing. So heading inside. Ayan, ingat na lang kayo kasi pwede kayo sumabit dito sa side skirt. So yun, extra careful for that na lang. Okay, we're inside. Okay, let's start the car kasi sobrang init para maka-aircon tayo. Okay, so it's push start, step on the brakes. And look at this, so cool. So first thing you notice is actually the seat. It's not as deep as the older gen, but the bolster is still pretty good. It holds you really well in corners. And because it's not that deep, it's easy to get in and out of the car. So that's super nice. So compared to the old one, getting in and out of the car is easier. So another thing that I like is when you drop your hand, it lands right on the handbrake for those ehem moments. So TLDR, the interior quality is super good. Nothing feels like rattly plastic. Everything feels premium. So they changed the design of the door card so it's not a grip anymore. It's more of like this. Relax pa rin. Parang armchair vibe. So speaking of armrest, this is my favorite part. Let's go over to the cup holders. So this is a cup holder. You get your aux jack and your USB, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay plugs over here and chargers. And you may be wondering, bakit armrest? Kasi when you're not using this, you can just close this up and boom. Armrest. So both arms are relaxed. Ay, nag-drive pala ako. Tapos ito, wala lang, cute lang. Look at this air vent. So this is open and look at that close. So cool. Whoop. 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 Wala lang, cute lang. So sa gauges naman, you have your BRZ toy. So you have your, G meter, your power graph, your lap timer. Ayun. So nice. So what I also like is you already have your water temp, your oil temp, and your battery. So you don't need to buy external gauges and it's all kind of here already. So this car also has Subaru EyeSight. I know what you're thinking. Bakit may driving aids ang sports car? So okay lang kasi all you have to do is turn off traction and stability control. EyeSight turns off with it. So it only takes one button to go from daily car to performance car. So the gauge also transforms when you turn off all the aids. Ayan. I wish they gave us a choice because I prefer the round tachometer better. Pero pwede na. I just don't like that 0 to 4 is so close together. And then the higher RPM for, so far. So for cargo space, ito naman, puno. So we're at an out-of-town trip. And yeah, it's really full to the brim. Though pag wala to lahat, I think your track day essentials fit naman. So your tools, your suit. So here are some footages we took comparing it to the old BRZ. So insert ko na lang dito. So compare ko lang din yung truck space. So dito sa old one, the button is underneath. Oh no, the car's locked. Ayan, so this is the space. And then let's open the new one muna. Ito, medyo concerned ko lang dito sa new one. It's a physical button that's super exposed. So medyo nakakatakot if this wears out, but I don't know yet. Okay, ayan, it's a bit smaller. So, sanay kami dito sa trunk ng old BRZ. So, it's kinda wider and deeper. And this one, medyo mahirap kasi we had to squeeze everything in. And it's a bit shallow. It's a bit shallow, but yeah. So, ayan, kaya mas sports car feeling yung cargo space ng 2022 BRZ. Ito pwede pa pang pamilya eh. Ito sports talaga eh. Say hi to the vlog!
Hi! That Chini Hazel and Whitey, I'm such a fan! Oh my god, and look at this car that she's driving. It's the all-new BRZ.
Alright.
I'm so amazed and I am so starstruck and
wow! Bye-bye! Okay, driving impressions time. Sorry guys, ginabi na tayo. We're back in QC. So, we're gonna film the review right now, tonight. First off, one of the biggest changes is the extra 0.4 liters of displacement. Now, the 20 horsepower might not seem like a big jump, but it's the torque that really transforms the car. It's more forgiving. Even if you're in the wrong gear, you'll still move forward when you put your foot down. You don't need to be revving the nuts out of it all the time. Now, all that power is connected to a 6-speed automatic. And just like the old model, it's excellent. It shifts fast and it's responsive. And the most important part, in manual mode, it allows you to bang the limiter without automatically shifting up. So you're sure your transmission won't argue with you in those alanganing gear corners. So really, unless you're drifting, this transmission is more than enough for your performance driving needs. On another note, at 6th gear, 100 kilometers per hour, the engine sits at 2,000 RPM lang. So, it's super tipid sa long drive. And as for suspension, the 2022 is stiffer than the old one. But that's a good thing. One gripe I had with the old one was that the suspension was too soft, and paired with short travel, we kept bottoming out the rear and jiggling all over the place. They definitely fixed that issue with stiffer suspension. The chassis doesn't move around as much anymore and is sure-footed. Going through bumps, this settles back on the road faster than the old one. The chassis doesn't feel like it's stuck in the air when it's being launched upwards by imperfect road conditions. So it makes the car a little bit more uncomfortable. But this is what driving enthusiasts like us prefer anyway. A real driver's car. Come to think of it, the reason why they had to tighten up the suspension was actually because they moved from eco tires to decent driver tires that track day enthusiasts use. This car has 18-inch 215/40 Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. So this definitely needs the suspension upgrades for the increased cornering loads. For the brakes naman, they're not as bitey, but they're firm and easy to modulate. Not sure if they changed components or material or anything, but it feels like there's less flex in the caliper. The additional control is something you definitely appreciate. Ay, wait lang. Naalala ko lang, one of the main differences of the new BRZ and the GR86 is that the new BRZ specifically comes with aluminum front knuckles. The aluminum front knuckles that Subaru developed might have beefier brake mounts that make the pedal feel better? I think? Maybe? Pero speculation lang yun. Hindi tayo material science engineer. Pag hindi mo alam kung ano ang material science engineer, don't forget to like and subscribe. Moving on. Okay, so the steering of this one actually feels lighter than the old one. Pero I don't know what Subaru actually did, but this has better feedback. Lighter steering is usually not associated with better feedback, but here we are. pwede pala yun. And cherry on top, all these improvements were made more enjoyable by the visibility. The greenhouse is good, super maaliwalas, so nakakagana to drive. It's less nakaka-claustro than the old one. And now for the mahirap i-explain na part, handling. We can't actually review the totality of the handling because the limits of the car is too high. So you really have to bring it to the track to explore that. But here's the initial impression. Upgrading the tires made it a really different animal from the previous gen. The speeds you can carry now are significantly higher. And the way it corners is something we still don't exactly understand. If I were to explain it, it kind of feels like when you turn in, the rear sidesteps to help you turn. It's not sliding, it didn't lose grip. It just sidesteps. And then it remains planted for the rest of the corner. Parang may four-wheel steering na vibes, pero wala naman to eh. It's totally different from the loose rear end that both the old BRZ and 86 had. This car feels more like a serious race car than a fun, slidey rear-wheel drive toy. It feels like a precision instrument that's pleasurable to use. And it seems like if pushed harder, the car will allow you to perform more complex techniques. Techniques like trail braking or lift-off oversteer modulation. And that's stock as is without alignment adjustments and modifications. But yun nga, gotta bring it to the track to confirm. And another thing we haven't mentioned yet that contributes to everything we've said already is the millimeter accurate throttle pedal. You can easily adjust the attitude of your cornering because this throttle by wire feels like a cable type when you're cornering. It responds very quickly to minute inputs. So in conclusion, if I were to modify my old BRZ, this is what I want to end up with. And if I do get a 2022 BRZ, I don't feel the need to modify anything at all. Almost all the weaknesses of the previous generation were addressed and packaged well. Pero you know what this car made me feel? It made me feel like my driving enjoyment sobrang through the roof. I'm so sorry. So, it's so fun. Kasi like, I don't know, if I didn't have any other project cars, I feel like this would be the good in-between of a daily fun car that I can slightly mod. But like, again, it's so good already, I don't wanna mod it. Oh, super random lang. You know what I love, or why I love this car for the toge? Kasi it has seater heaters. So, when you're cold in the mountain at night, yung puwet mo mainit pa rin. Like yun, sa old BRZ, nag-bottom out na kami dito. So, ayun, I think I kinda wanna keep this car. No, I mean, I really wanna keep this car. But we're returning it tomorrow, sadly. Gusto ko na angkinin. Uzi baka naman. So yeah, yun lang. If you wanna know more about the BRZ, leave a comment down below. Or you can DM me on Instagram so we can both gush about it or something. So if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Baka naman, guys. And if you want to interact with me after this, I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can go check that out. I post daily or something. So yeah, yun lang. See you guys on the next video. Yun lang. Stututu. But this is NA. Ha ha ha. Sabaw. Deja vu, I have been in this place before. Higher on the street, ayoko ma-copyrights the ride. I love the Subaru BRZ.